Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Mojo here. Please like, comment, subscribe. I just wanted to do a quick recap of season one. And I'm not talking about each character. I'm not talking about in depth. Why was Candice not a bigger part of season one? Which is what I was thinking the entire time. Because as soon as I saw her, I said, yes, that is the person that Joe should be obsessing over. Why are we wasting our time on Beck? Sorry, Beck. The actor who played Beck, my issue isn't with her. She wasn't bad. It was nothing like that. But I just felt like, ooh, she's playing Jane. But this Candice, this Candice will give us a run for our money. Joe, what did you do to Candice? That's all I cared about. Candice. Anyway, I digress. Joe is an obsessive psychopath who is also a murderer, and we find out that the bookstore owner, the original bookstore owner, had his demons, some impulse controls, probably from I believe, Joe, that he said that he was in the war, like the Soviet War or something. So this man's a little mental. And by a little mental, I mean this man locked Joe when he was young, starting from when he was young, in the basement in the I call it the box. I know it has a different name. I don't care. I call it the box. The box where the rarest, most important books are, / books that need to be fixed. You go in there and it's temperature controlled and all of that. Great. Beautiful gowns. Joe learned how to process his feelings and emotions, or not, in this box. And because of that, it turned him into the type of person who focuses and fixates on primarily women to the point of severe obsession, which then causes him to do these horrendous things and then justifies it by saying he's protecting them. No, he's just selfish and wants to keep finally someone all to himself, protect someone the way that he really wasn't protected, or kind of in the way that he thought he was kind of protected. There are multiple times where I thought Joe was going to die, and I thought, this is fine. This is fine. Her killing Beck's boyfriend, well, that ex-boyfriend was trash, so I have no problem with him dying. Let's give an honorable mention to Ethan, Joe's friend / coworker. Ethan's a real one. I'm glad he found him some love. I'm not going to say necessarily like his girlfriend, but I'm glad he found him some love. Aside from him, Paco was a real one. His mother was an addict and also in an abusive relationship. The man, unfortunately, had power. He was a private investigator. People knew him, and he also had leverage. Later on, we find out that he essentially threatens her and has proof, or doesn't even necessarily need to have proof, but could have Paco taken away from her. And that's the real reason why she stayed, because he knew he could control her, and she knew that because of what she did in her past and just because of his title, he really could have her son taken away. She can't have that. Makes perfect sense. It's horrible, but it makes perfect sense. Joe ending up having to kill him to protect Paco. I love to see it. I loved to see it. When, again, I'm not doing a synopsis. I'm just saying my thoughts. When Beck found... It's crazy, because I was wondering where this show is going to go. With them making up to break up to the therapist. And I knew that they were sleeping together. Beck and the therapist. You couldn't tell me that they weren't sleeping together. And then she admits that they were sleeping together. And because it was the truth, they could work through it. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is a mess. To make matters worse, Paco goes and puts it out there about Joe saying that a great hiding place is the tile above his bathroom. I'm thinking... And so the nosy Beck goes, first of all, Beck is stupid. I'm sorry. Some are going to say trusting. Some are going to say blissfully ignorant. Some are going to say that she just needed help. Beth was the type of person who, because her father, he was also an addict, she thought that he died initially. She found out he was still alive, but then he was basically dead to her. So she told all of her rich, important friends, as well as basically formed her whole writing career around this huge lie that her father was dead, even though he really was alive. He just married a really controlling, conservative woman and had 2.3 kids because another child was on the way. Oh, oh boy, oh boy. But oof, that woman was oof. I'm glad that we only saw her once. Once was enough. One good episode of her was enough. That's all that I needed. I did not like her. Nope. Beck's stepmommy. Interesting. Did we ever see Beck's mom? We heard about her. We heard about her having a brother. But that was it. They didn't put much development into Beck's life. That's also what I thought was kind of weird. I guess it was supposed to just focus on the perspective of her, and including too many other people will have drawn too much attention. Benji being killed, that was great. Him being poisoned, that was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Because I didn't like him. And we found out, hey, he was one of those douchebags that would be a part of a sorority. Yeah, a sorority, and he would be the one to tell the person, yeah, keep doing drugs, keep drinking. Oh, you're overdosing? No, stop playing around. Until you found out, oh, they're not playing around, they're ODing. Oh, they're dead. Oh, it's your fault. Oh, I'm rich, let's just cover it up. So something was going to come towards him, and that was just the beginning, because he wasn't even the most annoying person. I mean, things got really. Lynn didn't do much, so I guess I can't fault her for too much, but I knew instantly when I saw, I despised Peach. I despised her because it was so obvious that she was just another variation of a Joe. Just another variation of a Joe, because she loved Beck, but she couldn't acknowledge it because she knew two things. Beck was not going to reciprocate that love and affection in the same way. And two, yeah, she did come from a family where that was not accepted, that was not okay. So we understand why she would keep it a secret, but she had the type of friends, she had the type of rich, snooty, elitist / we can do whatever we want type of friends that I'm sure have done every variation of something, but just because they don't fully claim it, it's different. The stupidity of it all. But homegirl had a gun. She even brought in a guy that she knew Beck would be interested in, just so that they could all do drugs, and then she could fill up on Beck, even though Beck didn't want that. She gets hit by a rock by Joe in the park, which we somehow never link, even though it didn't even seem like it rained. I was convinced that she partially always knew and just kept it quiet, but no. She would have thrown that in Joe's face instantly if she knew that he was her attacker. But she knew something was wrong with him. Definitely knew something was wrong with him. And she wouldn't be wrong in that case. Something is wrong with Joe. He's a psychopath. He's a Looney Tune. He is. He's all of those things. So I don't have an issue with her looking at Beck and thinking something's wrong with this dude. I have an issue with her because she was also lying, having pictures of Beck on her computer, basically having blackmail on everyone. The professor, I'm glad that they kind of showed the reality of Beck was trying to be a real writer, but at least two men tried to take advantage of the situation and of her. Whew. The struggle, beyond real. I'm glad that they did incorporate that. the subway scene. I think I just liked how they showcased how someone can obsess over you, how someone can watch you, how someone can stalk you, and you really have no idea. And then even when you do, even when they start popping up, like, I'm glad that they put it out there like, hey, this is weird. Like, why are you here? Why are you there? This isn't normal. This isn't okay. And there's some people who don't have no boundaries. That's usually what it is. People who don't know how to establish or maintain boundaries are the types that will go and hit you up at your office. Go to your office and hit you up. Go out of state, go out of the country to go meet you just because you had a fight and everything needs to be cool and everything needs to be perfect. No, can't I be mad for like a week and then come back? Well, not me. I don't have that energy. But can't someone be mad for like a week and then come back and then be okay and then be cool and then be good? Can that not happen? That's my issue. That is my main issue with this show. The show is good. It really is. It really highlights and showcases what a lot of people have gone through, are going through, will continue to go through in relationships, whether it's an abusive relationship, whether it's a stalking type of thing, whether it's mainly a control. And again, it showed you don't have to sleep with these people for it to be that way. Beck was in all of them, except for maybe physical. Well, Joe did kill her, so that was physical abuse. And then he blackmailed the... I knew that was going to happen, though. That he blackmailed the psychiatrist. Because remember, she typed that all out. She made it easy for Home Dude. Just like how Paco was sworn to secrecy about the death of his potential stepdaddy. Woof. So then when Paco heard Beck yelling and saying Joe's crazy, he's going to kill me, he killed someone, or he's a killer, that triggered him because he realized, oh no, he helped me. He killed for me. So I can't, in good conscience, help you out. I thought that was a powerful moment. Even though it lasted for all of like 15 seconds, that was a powerful moment that I don't know if it gets enough recognition. I really don't. Because then the second part of now Paco and his mother are moving away. Joe, for a moment, was dating this other woman who was just frankly too good. That was a problem. Joe needs complicated. She really wasn't complicated. Her complication was dealing with her friend who was a drug addict. But aside from that, she didn't have much complication. She was very clear in who she was until things went south. But I'm glad she was smart enough to see, hey, something is wrong with this dude. And instead of trying to maintain the relationship, trying to make it work, when he broke up with her, she said, oh, I'm out. I said, yes, black woman, yes, leave. He don't want you. He don't want you. He has an ex that stole his heart. Use common sense, and she did. And I'm thankful for that. I really am. She's probably one of the smartest people on the show. Whew. So yeah, that's all I had. But when it ended with Candice coming back saying, oh, surprised to see me? Yes, I'm alive. You're not dreaming. I'm thinking, wait a minute. For a moment, it made me think, was there any other time where Candice was there and Joe thought he saw her and just casually saw her, not talking, but casually saw her, and it really was her? My mind started to race. But the fact that Candice was there, period, I was like, I lost it. I was so happy because I was like, Candice, you're my favorite character and you were barely in the show. You were my favorite character and you were barely in the show. Thank God for small favors. And now I get the pleasure of watching all of season 2, and I will be back to let you know what I think. Please like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos. Thanks.